Hi everyone, it's Erin McGuire here. Thank you so much for watching my channel, my YouTube channel, for inspirational information for you to uplift you and really help you step into your greatness. And please subscribe to my channel. Tell a friend that you feel like could use this and subscribe. So today's video is all about blame and making excuses. And so often when I work with clients, they come to me and they are struggling with some issue in their life. And a lot of times it has to do with a relationship, whether it be, a parent, a partner, or a friend, that they're blaming for some situation in their life. Now, I know this is true for me. I didn't know that I was still blaming my mom for so many things that had gone wrong in my life, including my financial situation, my lack of relationship. I was blaming her for everything, and I wasn't even aware of that I was doing that. And I was holding a lot of anger and resentment because I was blaming her for things because of things that happened to me when I was a child. And so once I started to own that I cannot hold her responsible for anything in my life that's happening now, that I gave the power back to myself, and I really felt myself start to change. And so I want that for you too, because when we're blaming somebody else for anything in our life, whether it be our current financial state, our relationship, whatever is going on in our life that's negative, we're giving the power to that other person. We're taking the power away from ourselves and putting it in the other person's hand. On top of that, it's keeping us stuck in the same situation that we're in. So we're not able to change because we just keep blaming, well, it's that person's fault that my life is like this. And so it's a great excuse to keep us stuck without us even being aware of it. And look, bad things happen. So something tragic may have happened to you. Maybe a partner broke up with you and you feel like you can't ever move on from that. And so you're blaming that person for being single or whatever the case may be. So bad things do happen, but if I'm making it that other person's fault that my life is the way that it is, then I'm never going to change. So we want to rise above that. It's a very low vibrational frequency to blame others or make excuses. The other one that I wanted to talk about today was making excuses for the reason your life is the way that it is. So it's either we're blaming somebody or we're making excuses. I don't have the money to pay for things because, my ex broke up with me and took everything, and, I'm stuck here trying to raise 2 kids without that. Or, there's just these different excuses that we make that are keeping us stuck in the situation that we're in. Rather than, if I take responsibility for everything in my life, and I mean everything, the good, the bad, the awful, the amazing. So often we'll just take responsibility for the good in our life. Well, I accomplished this. Look at what I did. But we won't take responsibility for the negative things that are happening. Where we went wrong in the relationship, where our actions weren't coming from a loving place, and that person broke up with us. So if I'm not taking responsibility for everything in my life, then I'm not taking responsibility for the fact that I can change it. So as long as I'm blaming somebody else, as long as I'm making excuses, I'm not allowing myself the power to change. So I want to give you 3 quick steps to overcome blame making and excuse making. Okay? You ready for this? So number 1 is forgive those that have hurt you. Now look, that sounds super easy, right? Forgiveness takes time, especially forgiving ourselves. If you look back on my YouTube channel, there's a video there on forgiveness. I will try to leave a link under this video about that, for a little prayer you can say to help yourself forgive those that have hurt you. And a great mantra for this is, I'm willing to let go of this resistance. I'm willing to change. That mantra alone has changed me and healed so many things in my life. So I'm willing to let go of this resistance. I'm willing to change. I'm willing to forgive those who I feel have hurt me. I'm willing to forgive myself. Repeating that every day, several times a day, will help. you forgive. Number 2 is own your mistakes. Don't blame somebody else for what's going on in your life, but own where you've messed up. And then ask yourself, what did I learn from this? Because nothing is a mistake in life. There's choices, there's good, there's bad choices, but we learn from those bad choices. We learn from those mistakes. If we're just focused on how terrible we screwed things up, then we're not going to learn from it. So ask yourself, what did I learn from this experience? And then number 3 is learn to take responsibility for your actions and all that you have created in life. So that's what we just talked about. It's taking responsibility. To me, that's the biggest thing about being an adult, and the number one most important thing I look for in a relationship with anybody in my life is, can this person take responsibility for where they may have, went wrong in a certain situation? Or are they blaming me or somebody else or making excuses? And in that case, it's not really somebody I want to interact with, because if you can't take responsibility for yourself and for your actions and show up and be like, hey, I'm having this issue between you and I, but I see where I've, messed up. I see where I've made an excuse, or I see where I've, overstepped my boundary. And so I'm going to take responsibility for that, but this is what I need from you. That's an adult communicative experience, rather than you did this, you did that, you're a terrible person. That is how 5-year-olds communicate, blame. So we want to be more conscious. We want to be able to have those kind of conversations with people and be able to take responsibility for where we can. This is very important. So one thing you can say is, so this is a statement you're making. I take full responsibility for my life, and I know that I have the power to change and create anything that I want. The power lies in me. So repeat that with me. I take full responsibility for my life, and I have the power to change and or create anything that I want. The power lies in me. So be willing to take your power back by taking responsibility for where you went wrong in situations, instead of blaming other people, instead of making excuses for why life is the way that it is. That's a good way to keep yourself stuck. I hope this video helps you. If you could, leave a comment below. Let me know, was this helpful? Did you learn something? And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and share this with a friend. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day.